What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Breaking News. Everyone is going to get a $10,000 EIDL grant invitation from the SBA. And how do I know this? Because I got one this morning. It is Tuesday, April the 6th, 2021. Please do me a huge favor. Give this video a thumbs up, hashtag EIDL. Make sure you follow me on Twitter right now. I'm sharing with you guys in real time what I'm hearing behind the scenes. What you see me do in these videos each and every day is a tiny fraction of what's really going on. I'm trying to share what my sources are telling me. So if you're not on Twitter, you need to get back on Twitter. Look me up at Try Small Biz, T-R-Y Small B-I-Z. Username is the name of our new company, Small Biz Inc. Yes, that is the company where I'm going to help grow your small biz for the next several years and beyond. So pull up a chair. Grab a cup of coffee, ice cold beer, glass of wine, whiskey on a big rock. Here we go. All right, folks, this is a very important video. Probably the most important I've done in a long, long time. I've got some very good news and some potentially, as with respect to the SBA, typically disastrous news. So you have to listen to exactly what I'm telling you to do here. What you guys see is a tiny fraction of what goes on behind the scenes. Right now on Twitter, which has grown over 15-fold in terms of my following in the last 2 weeks. I am sharing with you in real time what my sources are telling me. I have sources at the SBA. I have sources with the staff at major senators that you have seen me follow and or are on TV as we speak. I'm telling you right now, something big's about to go down. How about the email taking another day or two with respect to 24 months of working capital? Are they going to make those that are under 150 G's jump through a number of hoops? I have answers to all of that and then some, but once again, I never kiss and tell. You've never heard me say, oh, I spoke to so-and-so and they told me such and such. No. But I've developed friendships on Twitter in the last 2 or 3 weeks from people that are in committees and people that are in committees of committees. And they're telling me in so many words what's going on almost in real time. And if you're following me right now, I'm telling you in code what is going on. So you have to follow me on Twitter if I haven't said it enough already. We got 63,000 YouTube subscribers. Half of you claim, according to my polls, to be on Twitter. And we have 1,800 followers. That's the biggest problem that we need to get over, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lurker rule with social media. 90% of all YouTubers never give a video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, right? I'm going to get some snowflakes. We've already had 4 or 5 hit me with a thumbs down. It doesn't matter. 90% have checked out. When I started this channel a year ago, we had 30 idle channels. Think about this for a second before I spill the beans on all of the information that I've learned in the last 24 hours. There's 33 million small business owners in this country. And there are, if you do a search on Twitter or YouTube for EIDL, you will find between 6 and 10 content creators. And I'm not sharing the news. I'm making the news. I'm not sharing the news. I'm making the news. I am in the weeds, pounding, punching, kicking, fucking scratching for the last 12 months to get you 10 grand or the balance thereof. Those caps better go back to $2 million and soon. I want 24 months of working capital without any bullshit whatsoever from the SBA. And at this time next year when the payments become due, yes, whether it's partial or total forgiveness based on economic loss, I want the idle loan wiped out altogether so you never pay the SBA a single dime. But like I just said, I don't share the news, I make the fucking news. And you guys have to start listening to what I'm telling you. We are on the half inch of a half inch of a half inch fucking yard line, if there's such a thing. But we have way too many people that are checked out. There should be 18,000 followers on here bombarding the SBA as I'm doing every time they share something. Now, it is kind of funny. They'll come out with good news announcements. So-and-so is flourishing with respect to business XYZ, and yet there's 25 out of 27 comments from my followers. Yeah, but what about our 10 grand? Yeah, but what about this 24 months of working capital that was supposed to be sent to us in the last few hours? More on that in a second. Folks, you have to trust me when I'm telling you this. Even if you don't like me, it's fine. You don't like Jason, he's loud, he's obnoxious, he's too alpha. It's your money. You don't have to watch my videos. Hit the skip button. You don't have to join TrySmallBiz.com and give me a chance to grow your company for you. You don't have to do any of that. But if you want your fucking money or 24 months of loan capital in the next, I don't know, few days to a week, and you want a chance not a guarantee, but a chance to get the whole thing forgiven so you never have to pay it back if you've suffered an economic loss of, I don't know, 30%. You have to get on board. We have strength in numbers. With that said, follow me on Twitter at TrySmallBiz. Do it right now after this video. All right, you might be sitting there thinking, where's my email? You just said you got a targeted EIDL advance. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second. But where's your email? Let's start with that. On the 24 months of working capital. It's probably being pushed till Thursday the 8th. The reason for that is twofold. There's been a lot of what you might call committee meetings in the last 24 to 36 hours. And there's been quite a tussle. And if I could explain it this way, you have the established old guard, Chuck Schumers of the world. You have the Nydia Velasquez and the Maria Salazars. But then you have the up-and-comers, the Frank Polos that's taken on Maria in South Florida. You have Carolyn Bordeaux, who is actually in Georgia. I'll be calling her tomorrow. She's on a number of committees. You're starting to see the middle tier, congressmen and women from both parties, hitch a ride to our wagon. And they're calling out the Chuck Schumers, the John Cornyn's, et ceteras of the world and say, how come you're not passing S513? How come you're not giving everybody $10,000 without respect to size or location? Ladies and gentlemen, do you know how unreal or unusual, I should say, for a senator or a congressman or woman to be to engage or to retweet my shit? It's very uncommon. And yet they're doing it. And some are sending us DMs. Hey, I just heard this. Hey, you might want to talk to this. It's unbelievable the amount of information that we're getting. So you're not going to get your 24 months of working capital email, chances are, until Thursday. The tussle has been, there was a argument over, do we let those that are larger, i.e. catering to the fucking rich again, that got loans of 150 grand, which was the max cap, do we let them just sail right through with a sign and drive and then force the smaller ones, wouldn't be a surprise, would it? The smaller small businesses to go through some form of a modified reconsideration. What does that mean? When you try to do a reconsideration, whether you were denied or you're trying to get an increase with the SBA, it's a 2-month process. You send in your tax returns, more on that in a second. You wait, and if you start sending emails, where are you? How come you haven't responded? It starts the system all over again. A lot of you that have been stuck in the queue for 9 months, it's because you keep sending more and more emails. When you file a reconsideration, whether it's in the past or when this fucking email comes out, you need to send it one time. And I'll be telling you exactly what to send when the damn email comes out. So, is it possible they're going to let the larger small businesses sail right through and force some of the smaller ones through some form of a modified reconsideration? Maybe. But the good news is, and there is good news here, the middle tier representatives that want to make a name for themselves threw a fit. They're throwing a fit right now behind the scenes like you would not believe. And they're saying, oh no, we're not going to give special treatment to the larger small businesses. In fact, it should be the other way around. So what we're hearing as of, what is it now, 4:10 p.m. Tuesday, we were supposed to get an email, again, probably happening on the 8th Thursday, is that you're going to get an email invitation to get up to 24 months of working capital in the next 48 hours. When you respond to that email, it's going to go to a certain agent, and I hope to God it's not those inexperienced contractors that don't know what the hell they're doing. I'm hearing it's going to be the loan officers, the same one that have handled reconsideration in the past. What I'm being told now, and this is not a guarantee, but this is what's coming out of committee meetings, is that if there's no problems with your application, you already got an EIDL loan, and they don't see any red flags, the person that you're connected to might ask you, as they are with a targeted EIDL advance, for the last 4 of your social and a copy of the driver's license, and then you're off and running. But if there's a discrepancy, they can't find you on the net, something doesn't match with your application and or your bank statements, they're going to put you through a modified reconsideration. I don't think it's going to take 2 months, but it might take a couple of weeks. So let me repeat that again. The good news coming out of this delay, I believe, is that there's going to be a connection to you and a loan officer, not the same one you probably had when you first took out the loan. And if there doesn't look like to be anything wrong with your application, they're going to ask you for the social and the driver's license, just like they are with the targeted EIDL advance folks that are getting approved. And then you'll sail right through, probably get the money within a few days to a week. But if there's a discrepancy, if there's a problem, if something doesn't add up, they're going to make you go through more hoops. Now, what I'm also hearing is because of the fuck up at the IRS, I think I just went over the F-bomb limit, so the shares will be way down, but who cares? They're not going to force us to rely on the IRS. Let me say that again. Unlike the disaster with the EIDL, and that may be changing with respect to the targeted EIDL grant, this 24 months of working capital, we are not going to have to sign a 4506T and wait for the IRS to send us back a zero and screw up the whole process. That is very different from what's going on right now with respect to the targeted EIDL advance. The rumor is, and this is part of the delay, is they're working out the details that there is not going to be a tax requirement with respect to the 24 months of working capital unless they smell a rat. And you have to understand there's some fraud here, 5 to upwards of maybe 10%. And they're going to put those folks through a grinder. They may make you wait until they can get a copy of the 4506T. So to summarize, before I talk about the fact that I got a targeted EIDL advance invitation, if you already got an EIDL loan in the past year before December 27th, whether it was $1,000 or up to $150,000, they've already pulled your credit and know I'm here and they're not pulling another credit score. That's what we're hearing as of an hour ago. No tax returns, no credit pulls. You'll sail through if everything looks clean, but if something looks wrong, minus sharing your last 4 and your driver's license, they're going to put you through the grinder for a bit. I don't think it's going to be 2 months. I got so many things going on. So senior moment, forgot what the fuck I was saying, but look, the delay is because of good reasons. I do believe. All right. I couldn't figure out, because I don't do the screen share, how to white out my account number, but let me bring everybody up to speed. As of this morning around, let me give the exact time, 9:41 a.m., I got a targeted EIDL advance. And as I've been saying now, and I'm about to show you a poll I did this morning, half of all you've gotten an email in the last couple of months. Half. Only a third are low income. So the SBA has, without question, in the last week or two, started emailing people in middle and even high income communities. Just to give you an idea, I'm in Roswell, Georgia. Median income for my zip code 30076 is $93,000. The median income for Georgia is $59,000. So I'm way over the limit. I'm in the higher end of high income, folks. My neighbor, he makes way more money than I do. He got one this morning too. Why? Because we both applied on April the 1st. So here's exactly what I think is going down based on everything I know. They're almost, if not all the way through low income community. Last week, they started diving into middle income folks that applied in late March, early April. Now, they're actually getting into high income folks. So look, here's the deal. If you're a low income community and you have not gotten an email yet, there's a problem. Check your spam folder. If it's not there, you must have applied way late. The only thing I can think of as to why you haven't gotten, and again, I'm going to show you a poll, half of everyone's already gotten an email. The only other half that's left are people like me and those in middle income, and they're starting to get an email now. So low income is almost, if not totally done. If you haven't gotten an email in low income, you must have applied late, August, September, December 26th before the 27th cutoff, and you're probably going to get yours in the next week or two. If you're in middle or high income like myself, they're now starting with those that applied the last week of March. I was April 1st. They pulled my credit April 22nd. I got the grant, $1,000 per employee the same day. I got a loan, 6 months of working capital on May the 26th. So ask yourself, when did you apply? When did you get your grant and or your loan? If you're out in May, June, or July, you're probably going to have to wait 2 or 3 more weeks. If you're in April like myself, it's coming. Ladies and gentlemen, is the SBA setting up a really cruel opportunity where they're going to send everyone, and they are, we confirmed it if I didn't mention that already. I know I'm all over the map. I got a lot going on and I'm excited for you guys, but we got to put the pressure on real hard over the next few days. They're sending everybody an email. We confirmed that with my loan officer, 17 years, and 2 other people. Remember last month when we inundated them, they set up the phone screen, right? They cut us off with that new phone tree. Well, we had 3/4 of the agents back then saying, Don't worry, everyone's going to get an email. Well, we've confirmed that to be true. And if you don't believe me, I'll put a fucking screenshot up later with somehow whiting out my account number. 330, by the way. Then it was the 34s, the 35s, and the 36s. Everyone's going to get an email. So is Isabel Guzman really stupid enough to decline 5 million people? Because as I said before, James Rivera at the SBA has verified 9 million people, no less than, got the applied for the EIDL loan or the grant. 5.7 million got the grant, 3.7 million got the loan. By all estimations, no more than a third are going to be low-income community. I'm going to show you a poll in a second. Half of you have already gotten an email. So they're clearly diving into middle and high income now. That means if they email 9 million people or thereabouts, there's 6, call it 5 million because 1 million are full of shit. That's 5 million people that could get rejected in the next month with the targeted EIDL advance because the email says the same as it always has. You must be in a low-income community. So if you made it this far, yes, apply. Put it on record. I don't care if you're in the highest of high incomes like myself or you're in middle income. If they send you the email they sent me, as they did my friend across the street, you apply. You put it on record, you make them reject you because as we grow Small Biz Inc., and as we continue to pull in more congressmen and women in the mid-tier levels, the SBA has 2 choices. That's to give you 10 grand regardless of size or location. And let me explain why I think that's what's going on. It's to remove the caps, put them back at 2 million and forgive the fucking loan. And I want 24 months of working capital without any bullshit. Isabel Guzman, in my opinion, is verifying the database. Think about what I'm about to tell you. If she was going to use her discretion, which I and others have encouraged her to do over the last few weeks, she has to verify the database. So rather than wait a month and say, oh, by the way, I'm now going to come out and use my discretion and give everybody, regardless of size or location, 10 grand, then we have to go through the verification process a month from now. So when she came on board 2.5, 3 weeks ago, when they started saying everyone's going to get an email, she's now in the process of verifying the entire database. Low, middle, and high. And they call you, right? They say, what's your last 4 of your social? Can you send me a copy of your driver's license? And if you suffered an economic loss and you have fewer than 300 employees, I don't care where you live, regardless of size or income. I think Isabel Guzman is setting up the possibility of discretion in the next few weeks to a month. Because by then she will have verified who suffered the economic loss or not. So yes, I believe if Isabel pulls a discretionary move and removes the low-income community requirement because she's verifying the database right now, she's probably still going to keep the economic loss of 30% back-to-back between March and December and 300 employees or less. The only other option outside of that is Jackie Rosen's amendment. EIDL for Small Business Act S513. That gets rid of size or location requirements. It also gets rid of economic loss. So whether it's Isabel Guzman that's cleaning up the database, verifying everyone in low, middle, or high, or it's Jackie Rosen and John Cornyn that comes over the top before Memorial weekend. One way or another, I'm not going to show you the poll. Go to my community wall. I'm running late here. It's 18 minutes to change. So look, ladies and gentlemen, just to summarize, everybody's getting an EIDL advance invitation. Low, middle, and high. They're through low income for the most part. They're now going back to late March, early April, and sending middle and high income like me, April 1st, an invitation. I strongly encourage you to fill it out honestly. If you suffered an economic loss of 2 months back to back, and March and April are probably going to be the strongest ones, versus the 2 months of 2020, January and February, or the same time frame, in 2019, you get 10,000 or the balance thereof if she uses discretion. And again, why in the world would she go through all this trouble only to tell upwards of 5 million people, sorry, you're declined? That's going to infuriate the masses. That's going to get guys like me to bring in strength in numbers to file a class action lawsuit that violates the intent of the CARES Act as they pick and choose who suffered an economic loss, who didn't, who lives on the other side of the tracks, who doesn't. Until next time, please understand I'm trying to do everything I can to help you. Even the snowflakes that are giving me a thumbs down. Always remember, I love you in under 20 minutes. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.